Welcome back to another beautiful day in the land of music. My name is Douglas, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about working with banks, pages, and programs on the Nordgrand 2. What you're about to watch is a clip from my masterclass for the Nordgrand 2. You can get that on my website, DSoundman.com. If you like what you see in this video, there's a lot more, over 8.5 hours of video lessons in that training course. So if you're interested, if you have the Nordgrand 2, you want to learn how to use it from start to finish, go check that out on my website. I'll put a link in the description below as well. Without further ado, let's jump into today's lesson. As we turn our focus to the very center of the Nordgrand 2, we have our main screen, which gives us some program information, as well as information about the different parameters that we're adjusting on our knobs and buttons. Then we have the program encoder to the right of that screen. And then below that, we have the page up and down, as well as bank up and down buttons. Now, on the Nordgrand 2, there's 576 possible program slots. And to break that number down even further, there are 16 banks. Within each bank, there's 6 pages. And within each page, there are 6 programs. And this is laid out in a way that it works seamlessly with these 6 program buttons underneath our screen. So let's dig into that a little bit more. The A11 up here, this code, is our program number, but it's representing bank A, page 1, program 1. As we scroll through these, you'll notice A15 is bank A, page 1, program 5. And you'll see it goes to A16 and then jumps to A21. You may ask yourself, why are we skipping all those numbers? It's because it's really representing bank A, page 2, program 1. Now, you can use these 6 program buttons underneath the screen to move between the 6 programs within, in this case, page 2. You could go to page 3, do the same thing, page 4. And you'll notice it's laid out in that way. So we've got our pages, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it jumps to B, page 1, program 1. So as we're working through this, it's going to move through the banks, pages, and programs in a similar fashion to scrolling. It's going to move through those in the same fashion. And watch, this LED moves up as I'm going up with the encoder, down when I go down with the encoder. So that's showing me which program within this page 5 I'm on. And then we can play those. So they instantly load. There's no load times on the Nordgrand 2. We can instantly load those as soon as we tap that program or scroll to the program. We also have seamless sound switching between our sounds or our programs. So as I'm playing and I switch to another one, really nice that we can switch between the programs without having the sound cut like a lot of digital pianos do. So again, as we're moving through these are the programs within the particular page. We can move pages using the up and down buttons here underneath our program encoder. And then if we want to jump banks, instead of pressing this 6 times to get to the next bank, we can just hold Shift and tap on the page up and down, which is going to perform the function labeled underneath those buttons. So in this case, bank up, E, F, E, D, up and down very quickly. And then we can come in and, switch pages or select our programs within there. That's a funky program. The other thing that we can do within the program selection is to hold shift and scroll the program encoder. As soon as we do that, it's going to jump into list mode. Within list mode, we can perform some of the similar functions. We can scroll through the sounds, we can move our pages, or we can move our banks in the same way that we can do that when we're not in list view. But in list view, we have a few ways to sort the programs here. So currently we're sorted by number, and that is highlighted here. And we can use the program buttons 2, 3, and 4. They correspond to the soft buttons on the screen. So number, we're sorted by number. ABC, we can select this. And now our programs are sorted alphabetically, not by the program or the bank, but by the name of the program itself. So Cathedral Pipes. And then we can also sort by category. So we tap on button 4, and now you'll see the category in the upper right-hand corner. As I scroll, the scrolling is limited to the programs within that particular category. So now we could use the bank up and down, and that's actually going to change our categories. Notice up at the top, choir. And then we could scroll within that category with our program encoder to scroll between the different programs in that category. Again, we could change categories by moving here. Let's just see, grab a trumpet. So a nice way to sort our programs by various things. Now we could also see a list of categories by holding down on the program button 4 that corresponds to category. You'll notice there's this little down arrow, meaning you can hold the button and then scroll through a list of the categories. When you let go, it loads that category. Always sounds good when you throw a little unison on there. And then we could do the same thing with the alphabetical. So we could hold down and we could choose the letter that we want to scroll to. And of course, we can scroll to the other letters as well, but it gives us a quick way to jump to that particular letter. All right, so that is selecting programs. Quick recap. If we tap on Shift Exit, we move out of list view. We can scroll, we can use these buttons to move between the programs within our page, and then we can change pages and banks by using these page up and down buttons here. We can use the list by holding Shift and scrolling to jump into list mode where we can do some additional sorting as well as category searches. And then as soon as we go to a sound, it's loaded up. And remember, programs are not just single samples, but a program could be made up of any combination of the 4 layers, splits, effects, and all of the different settings. Everything gets saved to a program, and then you can call that up after you've turned off the Nord Grand 2 and back on again. All of those settings and sounds are saved for you. So as you can see, the Nordgran 2 has a lot of capability around the storage and the memory that's in the program section, and has a lot of space for obviously all the programs that come from the factory, but a lot of space for you to build your own custom programs as well. If you've got any questions around what I went over in today's video, feel free to throw those down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Don't forget, if you liked what you saw in this video, there's a ton more of that in my training course for the Nordgran 2. Check that out again, links in the description below, or just go to DSoundman.com and check that out. Until next time, stay inspired and keep making that music.